Welcome to KavetiLaw series. This is Srinivas Kaveti again, signing in from New York, US. This video is mainly focusing on students' reinstatement of student status and how to maintain their status in America, and certain tips for students who are coming to America, and how to get a H-1B work permit and successfully complete your education in America. Those who are trying to, this is a time most of the students are going to the US embassies. US embassies all over the world are open for F1s and M1 visas and J visas. And good luck for your visa interview. Once you get a visa and come to America, many students who are in the country during the pandemic, they have lost their status. And I'm getting a lot of calls from all over the world, and especially students from US saying that their service has been terminated and they're out of status now. I want the students to be careful of this, because during the pandemic a lot of families could not afford to pay the school fees to their kids. That's one reason why the schools are terminating them. Or if you're not attending the classes, if you're not in touch with your principal DSO or DSO means designated school official, is he or she is basically a representative of immigration. SEVIS is a software which is maintained by the ICE. ICE is Immigration and Custom Enforcement, which is an enforcement agency of immigration, because immigration is watching students, whether they're going to classes, they're enrolled in the classes, whether they're maintaining their grades, stuff like that. Are they paying their school fees? And these are the issues. And during the pandemic, I was getting a lot of calls from US students who became out of status. That means their service were terminated. What does it mean? That means that you're no more in status, in legal F1 status. How do you cure that? How do you remedy that? By getting another I-20 from schools. You can apply for a reinstatement with immigration. There is a onus on you to prove that that happened beyond your reasonable control. What does it mean? Many times, many students, if you see in US during the pandemics, many of them got COVID-19, and some of them could not pay the school fees because their parents were sick with COVID, and some parents died, their sponsors died, and they became bankrupt because of the businesses all over the world. So if you don't maintain your status, if you're not letting your school know, your service gets automatically terminated. Sometimes the school also terminates it. What does it mean? You become illegal, basically. So how do you get back into the track? By approaching some immigration lawyers or talking to your school officials. They will again give you an I-20. If it is less than 180 days, you could apply for reinstatement of your student status. That means you still have to pay the school fees, you still have to attend the classes. I emphasize that you have to progress academically, because the school also gives you a letter to the immigration saying, can you please reinstate their status? So once you're reinstated, that means you got your F1 back. That means you'll be eligible for H-1B as well. If you're out of status, that means you become illegal. If you stay more than 6 months, you will be barred from coming to United States 110 years. And if you stay more than 3 months or 2 months, you'll be barred from coming to States for 3 years. So I want you guys to understand that there is a bar. That it means it's a penalty for non-immigrant students who are foreign students. So you have to be careful. So if you want to get reinstatement, approach some competent immigration lawyers. They can help you. Our firm has helped a lot of students to reinstate their status. So that means you have to go back to the school, pay the school fees, attend the classes, and pay the biometric fees. You don't have to pay the service fees again, and we can apply to the immigration. You guys can apply to the immigration for reinstatement of your status. So once you get reinstated, then you can also get your H-1Bs, or you can also get your work authorizations, which is called OPTs and CPTs. And mind you, students, many of times, if you don't attend the classes, and if you want to go back, if you have some emotional issues or health issues, you can talk to your school and ask for a deferral. That means they will postpone your I-20. You can go home and then return back to start your studies. So there's another provision in the immigration law. They do allow to take deferral. If you have financial issues, or if you have health issues, and if you're not emotionally doing well, or you're not able to cope up, I mean, lately I've advised a lot of students, they've done it, they've gone back home, and they're coming back after 3 months to 6 months. So that's another thing which you could do, but don't sit and stay at home and don't get depressed and don't blame the system. So be proactive, do some research, get in touch with the schools, and get your reinstatement done. We have done a lot of cases. You can get in touch with us. We are in Manhattan, New York, and we have helped a lot of students. If you give us a call, one of our attorneys can give you a free advice on the phone initially, and if you want to make a consultation, come and see us. We have helped a lot of students, and many of our attorneys are also immigrants. They came to US as a students. Now they got their H-1s and green cards and citizens. So we understand what is the pain the immigrant students go through. The other thing is, many times I'm coming across the H-1B guys, and during the pandemic, because husband and wives are living together and there's a lot of domestic law issues, and many of people who are H-4s, especially women who are in US, because they're dependent on their husband's H-1B, so they're getting scared if they report their husbands to the police, they might lose their immigration status. The answer is no. There is a provision under the immigration law. You can also apply as a battered spouse, and there's a provision you can also get a work authorization on an H-4, and if you're a battered spouse or if you're subjected to domestic violence. So the good news for H-4B guys, which are most of the time they're overseas foreign workers' wives, spouses, you can get a work authorization even if you're getting divorced. And that's a news for many of the battered spouse or victims of battered spouse or victims of domestic violence. So guys, do some research. If you want us to help you guys, we have helped some clients like this on H-4s. Don't have to get scared, and protect your rights. And this video is only for the information purposes, and this does not constitute any attorney and client relationship, and we're not trying to solicit. This is only for information and education purposes. And if you like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and give us a thumbs up. Support us, and thanks for your support already. And thank you very much.